Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 2, issue number 9 from Mirage Publishing. This came out December 1994, and this one's titled Victory? Question mark. So this one starts off with Baxter Stockman waking up, and he discovers that his right arm has regrown, and he starts running a bunch of like diagnostics and checks on himself, and he comes to find out that this robot has started to develop a repair system that is beyond what it was programmed to do. Is now just like fully repairing the damage that was done to him, and pretty soon he will have his arm back to what it used to be. And so he's kind of like, that's weird, like I never programmed for that to happen, but I guess he's happy nonetheless. Meanwhile, we cut to the Jones apartment where we see Casey. He's on the phone and he's talking to nobody, and nobody basically tells him that like, hey, I went through everything. Like I went through all the police files, I went through all the officers' reports, arrest records, property seizures, and no one has any clue on Raph. Like there's nothing, no information whatsoever on Raph. And the turtles are kind of confused because like, how the hell can that have happened? He can't just have disappeared in thin air. Like Baxter Stockman chucked him off a building with a bunch of police down below. Someone had to have seen him. So I wonder if like our identities have been released now. Like, do people now know that we exist? Let's go and see if we can find the robot or find Raph. Let's go check out the sewers. So they leave. And as they leave, the federal agents that were spying on the Joneses' apartment, they're still out there, and they have like some kind of binoculars that are able to do like a thermal scan, and they realize that there's nobody in the apartment now except for a cat. And so they sneak in and they start rummaging through everything, and they're just basically like just breaking stuff and sweeping the area for any kind of like evidence or something. When all of a sudden one of the tenants, I believe his name was Luis. He was the dude Lewis. He was a dude that kind of reminded me of Lex Luthor. We saw him in a previous issue talking to an old woman. Anyways, he hears the commotion, and he goes upstairs to check out what's going on, and he sees all these feds just going and ransacking Casey's apartment. And he doesn't know who they are. He doesn't know they're feds. And he starts attacking them, and he just beats the crap out of them. This dude's got to be like a superhero or something. Like, I wonder what... He's got to be playing some kind of big part later on, right? Because we set him up in like early issues, and something seemed a little bit off about him. Like he seemed to have some kind of a backstory that led us to believe that maybe he was a villain at some point, or like there's something shady about him. And now he's over here and he's taking on a bunch of federal agents with guns single-handedly, and he beats them all up, knocks all of them out except for one guy, and he basically says, "Who sent you?" And the guy says, "I'll never tell you." And he says, "You don't understand. You'll have no choice but to tell me." And some kind of like, there's some kind of weird psychedelic, like, as you can see in this panel. I'm wondering if he has like psychic powers or something, especially with the line, "You have no choice but on the matter." I mean, either he's going to threaten him physically or he's going to just like mind rape him. I guess we'll find out. Meanwhile, we cut to the sewers where we have Casey Jones, Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo, and they are just walking through the tunnels when they hear like this little tapping on the pipe, and it sounds like some kind of message. So they follow it, and then that's when they see Baxter Stockman, and he was like wondering, like, what took you guys so long? And he attacks him, and he basically shoots like a laser at them, and then he runs away, and they start chasing after him, and that's when like Michelangelo's like, "I think he's leading us into a trap," and they go through like a pipe, and they jump down into another section of the sewers that has like a puddle of water like up to their ankles, and they're spreading out trying to see if they can locate Baxter when he appears on this ledge above them, and he's carrying this wire that's shooting out sparks, and he's basically going to drop it into the water that they're all standing in and electrocute them. So he drops it, and as it's falling, Leonardo pulls out one of his swords and chucks it, and he's able to pin the wire to the wall before it can hit the water. And the sparks instead go up the sword and blasts lightning at Baxter. So yeah, the sword acts like a conductor, and it goes for the nearest thing that's metallic, which happens to be Baxter, electrocutes him so hard and with so much power that he explodes. So that's how Baxter gets defeated. He gets blown up, tiny little pieces. And the Turtles and Casey Jones kind of surround the machine, and they're like, "Is it dead? Like, what's going on?" And they see a pair of glasses that used to belong to Baxter. And that's when Donatello was like, first we got the glasses that look like the ones Baxter used to wear. Not to mention at times the robot didn't act really robotic. It acts like it almost acted emotional at times. I wonder if like there was something of Baxter within this robot. And they search inside, and they don't find like anything. And the Turtles are all kind of disappointed because they're like, this robot was our only hope of finding Raphael. And that's how the issue ends. So yeah, the big final confrontation with Baxter was super quick. It wasn't even really a fight. It was more like he chucked a wire to try to electrocute them, and Leonardo just acted quick, chucked his katana, and got lucky that the katana acted like a conductor and went after Baxter instead of, hitting one of them or something. And yeah, that's the end. I will say I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I was kind of hoping we would like build up to this like big final showdown, especially since Baxter is like we just saw in the very beginning of this issue where it's like the repair system is like beyond what it was originally programmed to do. So you would think, okay, maybe it would self-repair. Maybe it would not only just self-repair back to its original state, but maybe even like upgrade it itself. So now you have an even tougher Baxter. I mean, I guess that can still technically happen. I mean, I've said this in the very first issue, but for anyone who is just jumping into this, I'm reading all these issues blind. Like as soon as I finish reading them, I'm doing this video. Like I do a review. So I have no idea what's happening in the next issue at the time of this recording. So maybe Baxter comes back. Maybe the repair systems kicks in and he comes back bigger and stronger. Or maybe this is just the end of Baxter. If this is just the end of Baxter, I was kind of hoping that we would get something more, like just a little bit more of a big showdown. It was super quick. But yeah, Baxter's defeated. There you go. Baxter's defeated. Raphael is still missing. We still have no idea if anything is going on with April. I mean, as far as we know, she's still chilling out at Casey's aunt's apartment building or house or wherever Casey's aunt lives. And there's no knowledge of if Baxter had injected something into her when he stabbed her with the needle, or if it was just a needle and she's just wounded. And so I guess we'll find out if anything goes on there. And of course, we still have all the stuff with the federal agents. And then we have what's going on with Casey's tenant, with his neighbor. What exactly is he? He seems to have some kind of powers. So yeah, I wonder how that's going to play. But there you go. There's volume 2, issue number 9, Victory. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.